I'm Toby.
And I'm Savannah.
And this is Season 8, Episode 4 of Game of Thrones, from a certain point of view. So, pretty good episode. I enjoyed it. I always like the politics in this season. It's a nice break from the action, plus it still is moving the story forward. So that's what that episode was definitely about, was just the aftermath of the long night. So, we had some theories going into it that, are they going to burn certain bodies? Are they just going to burn them all with dragon fire? What are they going to do? I like what they did.
It was very nice.
The pyres for all of them, obviously coming in on certain ones, watching our heroes who survived, burning the ones that they lost, the ones that hit them the most with losing. Obviously Jon having that heavy guilt of Lyanna dying so young, but man, she went out fucking awesome. Yeah, just awesomely so. Getting a nice closing up, everybody's kind of leaving. The wildlings are going north. Jon letting go of Ghost to go north. Without saying goodbye, without petting him. I felt like he should have pet him.
He should have pet him. I wanted him to give him a hug. I would have given him a hug.
I mean, it's Ghost for fuck's sake.
I know.
I mean, just kind of, hey, see you later.
Especially when he started whining. I was like, pet your dog.
Exactly.
God.
Love him.
He just wants love.
Yeah. Looks like maybe the end of Tormund for this series.
Possibly.
Going north, I don't know, we'll see more of him. You never know.
Tormund was really funny, I think, in the episode.
Tormund's heart was broken.
I know, but he was funny about it. I love how his heart was broken, but then he's like, all right, time to just go bang these chicks now.
Well, I like how he's
it.
I like how he was, we zoomed in on his face, or we just had a cut to his face, and he was, she left, she went down, I can't remember the exact words, but basically pouring his heart out to somebody, and it zooms out, and it's the Hound that Tormund is unloading all of his feelings onto. That was just awesome. I loved that so much. I thought that was hilarious. The Hound obviously not like he didn't want to really talk to anybody.
I know, he was not.
He was kind of just wanted to be left alone.
Yeah.
I
liked his what was his line, that there's only one thing in this world that will make me happy. Mm-hmm. And I really do. I think it's killing his brother. I think killing his brother is the one thing that's finally going to make him happy, which means that we better get Clegane Bowl.
Clegane Bowl, that's what I wanted to say. I was getting ready to go, Clegane Bowl! We're gonna get it. I can't wait for that to happen. Yeah. Hopefully we get it. We don't know. I thought it'd be hilarious, just the last scene of the series, final episode. Right. Just them looking at each other across the field and then
running for each other. And then it just cuts to black. That's what they're gonna do to us.
Yeah, and then it'll be over.
It'll be like the Sopranos. They'll just look at each other and it go black.
That would be infuriating. People would
giant mother black.
Yeah. You son of a bitch. Black. It seemed like happy, almost too happy, but I felt like it was just an episode that's gonna be another setup episode. Definitely not. Out of nowhere, you see Rhaegal coming in, really in the sunshine for the first time. We're really seeing the greenness of him.
And you were commenting.
Beautiful he is.
As we were watching this scene, you were commenting, look
wings.
at his wings, it's already healing, it looks so great. Right as he says that,
arrow, right into there. Just, bam.
I think it was his neck first, actually.
No, it hit him here first. The neck was like the final one, because he took a couple more,
killed him. Yep.
Missed one, and then right in the neck. Right in the neck. It was worse than when Viserion died. At least he just kind of went down.
Right.
Rhaegal really just poor bastard. That one really hurt me. I was like, no. But again, that shows Dany's lack of military leadership and experience.
Yeah,
First of all, those dragons should have been way up higher. She should have been on the boats. And those dragons should have been up in the air, because you never know when something like that's going to happen.
Exactly.
You're going up against Cersei. She's unpredictable.
She really needs to understand where she is.
She's not in Essos where she can take over everything with some dragons.
It's like the second she's set foot on Westeros, she just expected Westeros to be, first of all, to either be completely accepting of her, or to just be her territory, to be easily dominated. Like, that's just not how it works. You can't just invade a foreign land and expect it to be easy.
Exactly.
It's not easy. Well, just don't be a dumbass about it.
And bringing that back, another point where she just doesn't show her military understanding when they're making the plans. When we find out, and so first off, they didn't lose as many people as I thought.
Yeah, I thought they lost like 100% of their force.
Yeah, I thought the Dothraki still have some chunk of them.
Yeah, I thought the Dothraki was wiped out. Like,
we had at least half the Unsullied still.
Yeah.
And the Northern, it didn't look like a lot. We did lose a lot, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, they lost thousands, but it looked like they only lost half of each army, and I thought that they lost like 90% of each army.
Even the Vale only took half off, so there's that as well.
Yeah.
But showing it right there, Sansa saying, "Hey, we'll follow you. We're coming, but you need to give these people a break. They just fought this. I mean, it was a one-night battle, but it lasted like 6-7 hours. They're exhausted. Some were wounded, like she said.
Yeah.
You got to give those people a break. They got to get time to recuperate. Otherwise, you're just marching up with a dead army, basically, and not the good kind of dead army. You're walking up with one that's tired and
is gonna lose.
Exactly. They're not gonna be able to fight as well.
Yeah.
So again, really showing her just lacking in the military understanding. And I thought Jon was gonna back up both of them, Daenerys and his sisters, but he didn't. He just backed up Dany. I think he should have been like, "Hey, we'll come, we'll follow you, but give these guys like a week or two."
Jon was very, very frustrating in this episode, and it made no sense because
That's why he's over here today.
It's not even like, oh, he was frustrating and then all lovey-dovey with Dany, so he was clearly doing it for his woman. He was like cold and upset at Dany, but then still blindly following her orders, which seems out of character for him.
Kind of, yeah.
I get that he has a love for her and all that, but then you'd think that he would be still more that like lovey-dovey. They had a lot of tension and anger between each other, and yet he's still just unquestionably following her every order, and that.
Yeah. And I think that he should have just kept it.
Yeah.
From everybody, just kept it quiet. Because now, like Daenerys said when they were in that room, first of all, I want to finally point out that somebody in the show was finally super uncomfortable with the aunt and nephew making out. They both couldn't do it. They're like, "We can't do this anymore. I wish you had never told me." That's what Dany says. I'm glad that they kind of went at that. But yeah, and she's begging him to not tell. I think that he kind of should have just not told, because Sansa opened her mouth.
Well, he should have known that Sansa was going to open her mouth.
Arya left. I felt like Arya wouldn't say anything, but Sansa instantly, because...
Oh, you knew she was going to tell everybody.
Oh, yeah. As soon as she found out, you knew it.
Yeah.
And now everybody knows, which brings me to the Tyrion and Varys treason talk. So...
I feel like that's why this conversation had to happen, though. Like, that's why Jon had to tell everybody.
Yeah.
Because she's going mad. She's not...
She's going down the path to leading to madness. But I will say this, at the end, she kept her calm. We'll get back to that in a later point here. But yeah, she's starting to kind of derail a little bit. She's losing sight of what she's doing here. She's here to free these people of tyranny.
Exactly.
And what is she becoming in herself? A tyrant.
Yeah.
I mean, at least Cersei didn't have dragons that could eat the people, I guess. I mean,
or burn the people.
Yeah, or burn them.
I mean, she did have wildfire, but...
Yeah.
It took her a while to get that, though.
Exactly. It wasn't just a day.
Yeah.
So I really was... The whole time I was sitting on edge during that scene when they were talking, and when Tyrion finally says it out loud, they're like, "This is treason." You know, thinking it's one thing, but talking about it is treason.
Yeah.
And Varys boldly saying, "I don't care. She's not who she's not who I thought she was going to become. She's starting to lose herself, and we have another actual heir who has the rightful claim to the throne, Jon." And like Varys says, people flock to him. The North, the wildlings. Dany herself flocked to him. Everybody flocks to Jon. And I love the line, maybe that's the kind of ruler we need, is one who doesn't want the rule. I mean, that's interesting.
Because he doesn't have that power-hungry madness that basically every other ruler has had. Every other ruler, even Robert Baratheon, has wanted unquestionable loyalty.
Exactly, and that's just not something you can have. You want people to challenge your authority because it makes you a better ruler, and it makes your subjects understand what you're doing.
Exactly. And
I mean, yeah, keep them in the dark on some things, but for the most part, enlighten your people.
Yeah, I agree with Varys. She's not being who she has been leading up to this point in the series. I mean, she freed slaves and she's
changed when she's come to Westeros, like you said earlier.
Yeah, and the second she got to Westeros, she basically just became a Cersei with dragons, was what she became.
Oh, yeah,
that's really frustrating. It's like you're becoming just as bad as she is. That's...
Right, and it's very frustrating. It's starting to cloud her judgment, and I think that that's also impacting her in her military ways, because, I'm sorry, I think that she should have been able to take out Euron's whole fleet.
Yeah.
First of all,
easily.
I believe they're called trebuchets. Those things can't go straight up. There's no way they can point straight up.
Yeah,
she should have taken Drogon straight into the air, flew over, and dive bombed them. Dragonfire would have taken out half of those ships, and she could have kept doing it. Plus, there's a giant rock she could have come around. There were so many options for her to help her fleet, and she did nothing.
Yeah, well, and
and that really irritated me.
I kind of want to watch it back, too, to see how they could have possibly been completely hidden, could not have seen any of the ships, and yet the ship was in range to hit the dragon.
Because they were behind that big rock thing.
But then how did the big rock thing not block their
That's
shot?
true, there was a lot, but because nobody was paying attention. Dany was watching Rhaegal,
Yeah, nobody's paying
Fine.
attention because they're all freaking exhausted and they're being stupid.
There
They're
you
assuming
go.
that everybody's just sitting there in Westeros, not coming for them, that they're going to have the high ground, which they don't.
Exactly. Why would you just assume your enemy's not already preparing for you?
Exactly.
You should have expected that. We know now what Cersei was doing this whole time. Putting a bunch of those arrow things up on her walls.
Yeah.
She's got a bunch. I also have a plan of how Dany could have taken those out in 2 seconds. Not 2 seconds, but easily taken out some of them.
Yeah.
We don't need to go into that, but it's just, she was very frustrating this episode. Cersei was the least frustrating person in the whole episode.
Honestly, she was Cersei. She was exactly who you expected her to
Exactly,
be.
yeah. She was just who she's gonna be.
Jon was basically castrated.
Yeah, he literally just didn't do anything. He just didn't stand up for his family and he's got to meet a compromise. There's always a compromise. You just have to work for it, and both sides have to be willing to come to it. Sometimes that's not possible, but I think Jon could have tried a little harder.
Yeah, and he's a stronger character than he's acting like right now. It just makes
exactly.
No sense.
He's just taking a backseat for no reason at all.
Yeah.
Because I think he's too scared to challenge Dany because then she'll think it is a claim for the throne, kind of a challenge or something like.
You should never be that scared of somebody you love.
Exactly, like, and I love that the Varys and Tyrion they had both such good points. You know, she walks into fire with stones and comes out with 3 dragons. How could she not believe in destiny? That's a very fair point.
Yeah.
I would very much assume that I am destined for great things if that was what happened.
But she also has to realize that the people in Westeros didn't see that.
Exactly. They don't know this. They don't know of her.
Exactly.
And all this.
They don't know who
awesomeness.
you are.
Exactly.
Just expecting them.
This isn't the future where we have cell phones and social media where we can get things across continents before anything. Everything's word of mouth and ravens. Okay,
and word of mouth in Westeros is that basically she's, some psycho whore or some, I don't know.
Yeah, she's just a psycho Targaryen with dragons again, and they all know what happened the last time that happened.
Yeah.
So let's move on to some happier news. Sam and Gilly having a baby. We knew that. We called that she was pregnant in the first episode. Gendry becoming Lord of Storm's End was pretty cool. Very smart on Daenerys there. So she's got some military smarts, but she's not using them all the time. Because that was a very good move on her end. Now you have a lord who's in a very good castle who's going to be on your side, who's got that loyalty to you now. Mm-hmm. That was a great choice on her end. I love that.
Well, I'm taking somebody who technically could have another potential claim for the throne.
Good of her to take him out of the running.
It's good of her to get him on her good side before he would even think of saying, "Oh, I have a claim to the throne." Mm-hmm. And it's just that's the kind of thing that she should have done with Jon. She should have approached it the way she did with Gendry and been, done something else and been like, here's what we can do, here's how we can figure this out, rather than, let's just deny who you are, let's just not tell anybody, including your family.
Coming up with a solution. Tyrion and Sansa talking. First of all, I love seeing Sansa's character growth of accepting what had happened to her. When she was talking to Tyrion, he's just like, why make an enemy of her? What good does that do anybody? It does no good. We already noticed that when you don't... She's willing to kill members of family that don't bend the knee. She killed Sam's father and brother. I mean, in the end, she could do it to Jon's family. You never know.
But at the same time, Sansa's kind of right, too, of why are you supporting somebody you're so afraid of?
Exactly.
That's just going to lead you down a pretty dark path.
Exactly. Well, it leads you to just making compromises out of fear instead of... like knowledge and respect and information.
Because Varys was the only person in this episode who actually looked, again, like he said, I promised you I would look you in the eyes and tell you when you're wrong, and he did it.
Yeah.
Nobody else has been brave enough to do it.
Yeah, everybody else has kind of sidestepped it. And, with Missandei dying at the end, there goes the other voice of reason. Missandei, I'm sorry. There goes the other voice of reason. Missandei wasn't a great voice of reason as Jorah was, but she was also a very good one. Now she's gone.
And she literally told her right before she died,
burn everything. So yeah, that's not going to help.
Yeah. I did see something interesting on that of somebody saying, why didn't Missandei, when she literally had her hand on her arm, just be like, fuck it, and try to pull Cersei with her and jump off the wall.
Yeah, and I thought Cersei was going to, when she grabbed her, I thought she was going to throw her off.
So you might as well try to bring Cersei down with you. You know you're going to die either way. Just let her hold onto your arm and just go for it.
As soon as she said, do you have any last words? I'm like, yeah, let's go, bitch.
Right, exactly.
So that was... I thought Cersei was gonna throw her off. I would have liked it to have Cersei be the one that kills her because Cersei would have got her hands dirty.
Yeah.
I mean, she got her hands dirty when she blew up the Scepter of the Baelor, but she was also on the other side of King's Landing when that happened, so she didn't really get her hands dirty. So that would be nice to see that. Oh, Arya and the Hound are back together again. Looks like they're setting off for King's Landing. Arya probably to try to kill Cersei. The Hound probably going for his brother.
That's Clicking Bowl.
Exactly, Clicking Bowl. The big one. Jamie and Brienne. Doing it nice. So that was nice. She got that, finally found someone that loved her.
She was knighted with his sword, and then I'm not going to finish that.
Yeah. And then Tyrion making his, I've always wanted to make tall jokes. I love that part. So that was good. I'm glad she got that. Ends up not being a happy ending with Jamie going back to Cersei because he just, I don't know, does he want to say goodbye to her before she dies? Does he want to be with her at the end? I don't really understand. It's hard to see him come so far and then just revert instantaneously.
It's hard. Well, and it's hard to see what he's doing if he's going there.
I mean, we don't understand what he's
my
doing.
best guess is that he's going there to try not to get her to win. He doesn't. I don't think he wants her to win or wants to defend the throne for her or anything like that. I think he wants her. I think he's going there basically just to try to do what Tyrion was trying to do: appeal to her to save their child.
Oh, fair enough. And I did like that. Tyrion finally was like, you know what? Screw this. Walked right by him, went right up to the gates, and was like, hey, Cersei, what the fuck? Let's go. Let's talk. Let's think about these things. Very bold move on his part. I'm honestly shocked and surprised Cersei didn't just kill him.
Yeah, I thought she was going to.
What could anybody have done? Like we had discussed, there was no way they could have done anything. They would have all been killed instantly. So the only one that probably would have survived is Drogon because he could have flown away pretty quick.
It's true.
But yeah, so again, I don't understand why they didn't just do that. It would have worked so perfectly. But they didn't, so Tyrion's still in here. We still have 4 in the running for the throne, it looks like.
It doesn't seem like really anybody got a happy ending, to be honest. I mean...
No, only Euron, because now he thinks he's going to be a father.
Yeah, he thinks he's going to be a father, and that he's going to basically rule the 7 kingdoms with Cersei. And...
So yeah, he's got that, which... I mean...
So he's the only one that's happy right now. Literally everybody else. I mean, Gendry, he got his title, but...
didn't get his lady.
He came across a little bit strong.
Do you guys know what happened to the little girl who tried too much too fast?
She died.
She died. Same thing with Gendry. You got shot down. You went too much too fast, dude.
Too much. Way too
Couple
fast.
dates first, maybe a dinner, maybe don't go to a movie because they don't exist, but maybe a nice walk through the fields and watching the wind blow or something. I don't know. Anything else than just straight up going.
Straight up
boop,
marriage
boop, boop.
proposal.
Yeah, it was just.
It went from the second he said "I love you," I was like, "Ooh, that's a little much," and then he got down on one knee, and I was like, "Ooh, that's definitely too much."
Way too much.
No,
Gendry, we're gonna need you pulled back.
We're gonna need
just a little bit.
Just ease it. Just
I know you like her. Back. Yes, just bring it back. But as also, I also liked them that they got together and that potential of them good could married because this whole thing started with a Baratheon who loved a Stark but couldn't have her.
That's
and
true.
Again, now we're at a Baratheon with a Stark that doesn't want to be married.
It's true.
So we're kind of doing a circle thing. It would have been interesting to see them actually tie that knot and kind of fulfill that promise. But I don't think that's what's going to happen. Everybody had really good character development. You see Dany, she's losing her shit. She was so pissed at the end. But that's what I was going to come back to later. Here we are, at the later point. She kept her cool. With that, she could have easily lost her shit and freaked out. But she didn't. She pulled everybody back, and they're all going home. She's going to lose her shit back at Dragonstone. Don't worry about that. But at least they're back there. So interesting that she was able to remain calm in that moment when we just assumed most people would lose their shit. I mean, I probably would have, watching somebody who you've done all this stuff with get just beheaded in front of you.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Sansa's comment to Jaime was pretty intense. I like that. I always wanted to see her sister executed. I guess I won't get the chance. So
See, and that's why I'm thinking it's more of the child angle, because he's thinking about, if she's going to be executed, in the next couple days.
That kind of sat with him and resonated inside
So maybe
of
it's
him.
not even, maybe it's not even that he's trying to appeal to her. Maybe he's going to go there to try to beg Dany not to execute her
Not
and
to
let
her have the baby first, and
Yeah.
then he can knock her off.
Yeah.
I liked, so that really showed with Sansa that, yeah, Jaime, you came north, you helped us out, you helped win the battle and everything, but that one good deed does not omit this lifetime of crimes that you've committed against my family and just multiple families in Westeros. So that was a very interesting, just to see that out of her. She understood, yeah, thanks, and that's why you're still alive. I won't have you killed or anything, but I still don't like you or anybody in your family. She's even starting to lose respect for Tyrion, which is the only Lannister she even liked, so.
Tyrion did make an interesting comment about trying to unite the Seven Kingdoms with the North when he was trying to talk Sansa into...
what we've been saying. Why can't they rule together?
Yeah, I mean...
And Varys comes up with that good point. Dany is too strong for Jon.
Yeah.
She will always push him down. Which maybe isn't true.
She's clearly he just lets her, so...
Yeah, he's been doing that.
He's been kind of a little bitch.
Little bitch. Yeah, I really enjoyed the Tyrion and Varys treason talk. It was just... The whole time, especially when Varys stood up, I thought he was going to get killed. I thought it was going to come right through his back. Because he had his back to the opening. You know, here's the next big question is, what is Tyrion going to do? Because Varys has put him in a very awkward position. Varys has made it pretty clear that he now supports Jon.
Yeah.
And Jon's claim to the throne. Because Jon will be on the side of people, and Varys, as he states numerous times throughout the show, he's on the side of the people. I
think Tyrion's still holding that hope of what he said, like, oh, maybe Cersei will just kill us all and we won't even have to worry about it.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe Cersei will just win.
Maybe that's gonna be the last episode. Honestly, my honest thought is that either Cersei, one of them, is gonna lose in the next episode, and then the following episode is literally just gonna be all this.
The next
treason, like this treason. Always Varys gonna betray like her, try to get her executed. Or is Tyrion in the end? Is he gonna follow in his brother's footsteps, get her on the Iron Throne as her hand, and then kill her?
And then
see her madness and then kill her.
Yeah, he very much could. That would be interesting to see. But yeah, it's interesting where they're going. I'm really excited to see what the next episode's gonna bring. It's the second to the last episode, only 2 more. It's insane that this is what we're coming down to the end of it. Everything's gonna be wrapping up here pretty quick. Fucking Euron, God, what a douche. He is. He comes in like what, season 6, and now he's just doing everything. He's one of 2 people that have taken out a dragon in like 1,000 years or however long it's been. It's insane. And one of them was a dead guy, basically. He was a piece of ice.
Yeah.
Just explodes when he gets stabbed. But so yeah. I really want Yara to just take Euron down. I think that's who's going to end up taking him down. That's the only person who can kill him.
Yeah, that's true.
He needs to know that his little fleet is nothing. It's ships on the water. They need to take it down. So that's pretty much all we got. Jon's a fortnight away from Daenerys, so they got like 2 weeks till. So that'll probably be what happens over this next episode is the 2 weeks of them getting there and Dany sitting in her throne just fuming. Angrily, probably. Grey Worm's probably not doing too much better either.
Yeah.
He's probably losing his shit. Just watched the one woman that he actually loved beheaded. That would suck. I'd go get your head though, don't worry. If you got beheaded, I'd come get you. I wouldn't leave you there.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. I'll burn you. I'll bury you. I wouldn't have left your body. So, but it'll be.
Gone back and gotten it.
Yeah, they could have. We never know.
Who knows?
So. Again, my favorite part was the Tyrion Varys treason talk. It's treason then. I love it. It's always an interesting subject to hit when you have to, and it was a very bold place to have that conversation. Right there in the throne room. You could echo, people could hear you. That was just a very bold spot for Varys to make his stand and say what he's going to be doing from now on. Well, until next time, may the films be with you.